Okay, it's on. So go ahead and introduce yourselves, please.
Okay, I guess I'll start. I'm Keith Bailey. I am the writer, director, and one of the co-producers on the film. The film, of course, is called Test Group, and it's a zombie movie.
Okay, great.
Hi, I'm Amy Allison Oliver, and I'm going to be playing the role of Cara Hunter in Test Group Trilogy.
And I'm Jimmy Chandler, and I play Marshall Dahl
Come
in
on
the
over.
same movie.
I'll just pop in for a second here. I'm Ginger Page,
Gotta get more
and I'm
from
a producer, caterer. I wear a lot of different hats these days. And Albert Roberts is here.
Hi, I'm Albert. Hello. I am co-producer. Pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Yes. Hi.
And now we play musical chairs again. So obviously you can tell that we're not exactly the most stable of people, and we're a crazy group and have a lot of fun.
Ginger Page, producer.
Co-producer. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, hold on. Something just happened.
Yeah, I heard playback.
Musical chairs again.
Okay.
Obviously you can tell that we're not exactly the most stable of people, and we're a crazy group and have a lot of fun.
Page.
I don't know why this is repeating. Hold on. Okay, I think it stopped. All right. If you don't mind, we'll just jump right into the questions. Let's start with, so tell me what the central idea behind Test Group is and the rest of the series as well.
Okay, you're going to jump down to there. Okay, well, there's actually a different premise to each one of the three films. In Test Group, which is the first in the trilogy, the premise is really that man can't control everything. Even when he tries, and even when he thinks that he has everything handled, nature has a way of like getting out of hand and getting out of control. And that's really what the key point to Test Group is. In the second film, which is called Omega Protocol, the premise is on a more human, individual level. And it really shows that no matter how bad things are getting in the world, and no matter how many bad people that are out there, there will be people that rise up and do the right thing. And that's one of the real keys to that second movie. And then the third one, which is Darwin's Law, the premise really goes around the actual title of the movie, which are Darwin's Law and Survival of the Fittest. You just don't necessarily know who that fittest is going to be by the end of it. So we have a few surprises in store for you for that final movie.
Okay, that sounds great. So why did you decide to go with a trilogy?
I really wanted to go with a trilogy because I was trying to tell three different stories. I wanted to tell how the apocalypse gets started in the first place and who that starts with and what their motivations were. And in the second ones, I wanted to show, what happens, what the consequences are of that going on. And then in the third one, I wanted to show what the aftermath was. What happened to those people, who survives, who doesn't. There are consequences to everything, and those are three entirely different ideas. And I wanted to separate them into three different movies so that you could get a more in-depth look at each and every character that was involved. So it allowed us to develop each person a lot more than a single movie would.
Okay. And why did you decide to film the movie in Atlanta?
All right. There are a lot of reasons to film it in Atlanta. The most important of which is most of us that are the owners of the company live here in the Atlanta area. But it's also centralized in the southeast. So we could pull on a lot of states that are surrounding us for cast and crew. Plus, there's an international airport here, so we can get people in here fairly easily. So for us, it just made sense to do the filming here rather than somewhere else.
Okay. Is there anything in particular about Atlanta that is part of the story?
In the trilogy of films, no. It's not really set in Atlanta. It's set in a town just outside of Atlanta. That is a fictional town, but it used to exist in history. So it's called Redmond, Georgia, and Redmond actually was annexed by Atlanta a long time ago. So it's an extinct town, but we give a different reason for it being extinct. So.
Very cool. Let's see. So, how does Test Group differ from the other zombie and zombie apocalypse movies and TV shows and books that are coming out right now?
I think it's because the storyline is so much more in depth. It's really not about zombies so much as it's about the people, what happens to the people, and it tells a lot of. It goes into a lot of social issues that are current in the world right now. We go into domestic abuse and gay rights and GMOs and a bunch of other things in the script that are hot topics for people right now, and make social commentary on it, which you don't see a lot in horror films at all. So it's one of the things that actually makes it a little more interesting, at least for me and for a lot of people that have read the script. One of the reasons why I do that is because I was trained to write by Gene Roddenberry, who also did a lot of social commentary with Star Trek. So one of his big tenets was that if you are going to produce something or create something that's going out there to the public, it really should make a statement about what's happening in the world. So.
That sounds excellent. Let's see. So, what has been the toughest part of filming the movie?
Actually, that's one of the questions I was going to have Albert and Ginger answer. But one of the most difficult things for me personally, filming it, has been probably trying to contain a lot of what the secrets are that are going to be coming out in the film, and not having things leak. We're filming things out of sequence, and so one of the things that we're doing to keep those kind of things from happening is not give everybody the complete script. Only a few people have that. But we also really try to work with the people as a family and tell them, please don't show this, please don't do this, because we're really wanting to keep the surprises there,
Anyone else want to chip in on that one?
That was on the hardest thing?
Yeah, the hardest thing.
Hi.
Hello.
Again. So, really, one of the hardest things I think has been the scheduling of the people involved, just because we're all about giving everybody a chance around here. So we got a lot of working people involved in this project, and we're just, everybody gets a shot. So a lot of times we will run into missed opportunities for shooting, and we're good about going into alternative measures. Hey Jim, by the way, I didn't see you there. What's up? He is great, by the way. So yeah. I think that's just, but beyond that, the challenges are really more or less opportunities for us to learn, because we're all learning as we go. So we never forget that.
Well, and two, it's just everybody has been so inspired that's been involved in this project that they are coming up with their own side projects that are related to this project. And everyone around us, it seems, has just completely bloomed. And it's amazing to watch them really get excited about not just this project, but the side project universe that they've just created. The amount of creativity and creation that is happening right now is just amazing. And trying to just keep a handle on all of that, because there's so much good stuff, and trying to wrangle it and make it manageable it has turned into one of the.
Yeah, you asked earlier about why a trilogy. I mean, in all honesty, it could have been up to 9 or 12 movies for as complex as this is. And for a lot of us, this is our first time doing it. We're not being shy about that, but we're also not shy about this being a completely different experience. And we are in every sense of the word, we're family here. We're test groupies. We've got our own little terminology. So yeah. So we're absolutely family. We're all learning as we go, and that's the number one rule: is that we treat each other as family.
And then we enable their creativity. We always have fun, and that we give everybody a shot. This is an opportunity for a lot of people with an amazing amount of talent to finally get their shot to show the world.
Excellent. So you kind of answered this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So what's been the best part of filming Test Group?
Wow.
I'll go ahead and start.
Yeah, please, Jim. Yeah.
Well, the best part for me has been seeing the passion, because as they stated, you know, they're new to the filmmaking world, but they're riding on their passion and their belief in the story, and seeing that on a set that's got a fluid movement to it, and they're trying to figure things out because they're trying to get things locked in and get props set up and get the everything in order as best as they can, and the thing that's driving them is the strong passion and the eagerness to put together a story. And they've been able to, the times that I've been on set, to lock in some really good locations and get some set decoration that has been really is really going to add to the integrity of the film. And again, the passion that they all have is really what's driving this. And like he said, the learning experience that they're going through right now is something that they're going to hold on to and remember for the rest of their lives. And to be along for the ride on what we call in the industry a guerrilla filmmaking project is actually something that is dear to me because I've done so many of them, but also I've had the experience to be on other sets as well, and I've kind of done my best to stand back and let them develop and work what they've got to work out, but then also try and chime in when I feel like I can be helpful without being intrusive or overbearing, and I hope I haven't done any of that. Never. But so the passion is really the important thing, and the other best thing that I've noticed is their ability to do public relations, and just to create a buzz and to have something happening in Atlanta like this it has been a treat for me to witness, because the most important thing about getting a movie out there is to get people in the seats or to get people interested in watching it, and they've fully been able to accomplish that in a short amount of time that I've been involved with the project. So it's been really nice to come down and hang out with them when I've been there, and they take real good care of me while I'm there. So I'm enjoying it when I'm there.
Jim. You want to get in on that? Yeah. Here's Amy, by the way. We're going to get out of the way. Yeah. Here's Amy.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to piggyback off of Jim and say that the creativity and talent that has been brought together for this film and subsequent films to come, blowing my mind. And the surprises, as Keith alluded to earlier, secrets. There's very few folks that have the whole script, so and it's very hard to surprise me. So it's like, oh, really? That's going to happen. That has happened. It's exciting. I love surprises. Working with the cast, working with the crew, the new scenes. It all equals excitement, and I like to use the phrase the Marines use: improvise, adapt, and overcome. Becoming a perfectionist at that, I would say. And I personally, I love learning new things because I'm new to the industry, and everything from audio, video, choreography, music, makeup. I'm getting a crash course, really enjoying that. And family was mentioned earlier. The fact that I was cast in such a large role for this film, and at the time I did not know how large the role was going to be. Knowing that I have a son and all of the responsibilities and challenges that come with that, the response was bring them along, and we're all family here, and it's truly meant. It's genuine, and I hate, since I live in Panama City, that I have to leave. But when I come back, it's open arms, and I am welcomed, and I'm excited. So that's the best part, I would say, is the genuine feeling of being a part of a family and having another home.
Excellent. Jim mentioned something about the ability of the group to create buzz for this film. What do you believe that is going to draw audiences to the film when it's released?
I guess I'll hit that one too.
Yeah, that's a key question.
Yeah, I mean, well, of course, zombies are a hot topic right now, and that's something that is going to draw audiences automatically just because it is. But we're covering, like I say, a lot of ground that's never been covered, not only in a zombie film before, but in horror films in general. I mean, we really are doing some things that are controversial and things that people are talking about and thinking about right now that have nothing to do with horror at all. Plus, we have all of these great little niche groups that are starting to get onto our fan site and start paying attention to what we're doing. So we have, Roller Girls and Leathermen and all these people that you just don't expect to be in horror, and but they're all loving what we're doing and getting on board, and all these car lovers, and I mean every aspect of the community is really getting involved in one part or another of the film, even on our Facebook page. So we love that.
That's excellent. What are your ultimate hopes for this? What do you expect Tesker to do?
Well, one of our big hopes is, of course, that everybody's going to like it, but we're making a big change to the zombie genre. So we're hoping that they are going to like our twist to it, our specific mutation of the virus, I guess you would call it. So, anybody else want to bring in on that one? Jim?
Yeah, I do.
Well, because
Really?
we are kind of in the dark about it, but I've only seen some portions of what I'm going to be doing. But just based on what Keith has described to me in the times that I've been down there on location, has been that there is this different look at this film genre of having zombies involved, and I hope people will take away some of that, so enjoy the novelty of it, the newness of it, and run with it. And from what I've gathered so far, the take that he has on it, I don't think I'm supposed to say what it is, or maybe I am. I don't know. I'll just be quiet. But looking at it from a different perspective of than just, as he mentioned before, where every other thing is the zombie apocalypse has already happened. And I think we're going to take a look at this is how the zombie apocalypse happened. I think there's another film where it kind of does that, called The Crazies, that came out a few years back, but I don't think it's going to go in depth in the way that this film is going to. And the backstabbing and the power hungry people that are involved. Just that whole take on it, I think it's interesting because we don't ever see that. We always see somebody just getting attacked by zombies. So I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun to watch, especially with the way they're shooting it, and with the style of the film. I think is going to have its own it's going to be unique to itself with how the final edit's going to come out. At least that's what I'm gathering from the way it's being shot, and the it's going to be kind of a piece of art along with a story. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Does anyone else want to chime in on that?
Hey, I would just say that I think one of the things that people are going to remember about Test Group is, in a nutshell, that it's going to help us remember a little bit that this is America, and if you believe you can do something, then by golly, you can do it. And some of the strangest, most unexpected things can bring entire cross sections of our beautiful country together, and that's what this film is doing, and just continues to do. And there is just genuine love aboard with all this, and again, we're very honored that you took time to have us on your show as well. So thank you for that as well.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, anyone else?
I've already got that.
I think we're looking good. Yeah.
Keith answered that one.
Okay.
Hey, want to tell them your favorite movie? Come here. Tell them your favorite movie. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie?
Oh, now he's shy?
Now he's shy.
Yeah.
Loud. Say it loud.
Wow.
Loud. Test group. Testgroupthemovie.com, he said. He was adding the HD.
little marketer in the making. I evidently had to have the whole thing go in there. So. Okay, so next question.
Okay, so have any of the previous projects that any of you have worked on kind of prepared you for test group, or is this something completely different for you?
I think Jim has a prior experience to this. He's done a lot.
Yeah, I have experience in the zombie world. 2 years ago, I shot a film called Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies. It came out in June of 2012, and that was my first experience of being in doing a zombie film. In a way that did prepare me. But as Keith said, each zombie project that's involved, there's always a specific thing that they try and do, or they try to have some continuity amongst their zombies so that everybody walks a certain way and that everybody acts a certain way, whether they're going to be fast zombies or whether they're going to be slow moving or whether they're going to kind of limp around or what kind of brain capacity are they going to have. And it was a fun opportunity because I actually was a human first in that film, and then I transferred and did a turn and became a zombie and eventually got my head chopped off by Abraham Lincoln, played fantastically by Bill Oberst Jr. And I've done some kind of science fiction stuff, which I think gets me in the mindset of doing something that goes along the line of a fiction or something that's really kind of a story-driven piece or like an artistic piece. And but I have some, I've done several other projects, but I think that one with the Abraham Lincoln vs. Zombies is the one that has kind of prepared me for what it's going to be like to be a member of a zombie film. Although in this one, I start out as human. I won't tell you if I make it or not.
I have a lot of experience with zombie films. I've done a lot of them now. I've done a lot of small film shorts that are zombies. I've done 30-minute zombie films. I've done full-length feature zombie films. I wanted to do a different kind of zombie for this film because I've done them so much. As a special effects makeup artist, you do zombies a lot in independent film. And so I was just like, okay, well, we need a different twist. We need them to be a little bit different from what you see in every other zombie movie. And so we do have some very different looks and takes to the zombie. We have different ways for them to behave than you've seen somewhere else. So I tried to get away from what everybody else had ever done. And so, yeah, it really did set me up to do this a little bit probably better than somebody else who didn't have an experience with a lot of zombie films.
Hey, I have zero experience with zombie films. I'm a corporate girl and don't have a day job. And so it's completely different for me. It's a completely different take on anything I've ever done. And so a lot of people in the corporate world can probably relate to this. You get kind of stuck in a corner of routine in an office situation. But here in this environment, routine doesn't exist. It's completely extinct. And the new species that has risen has been the reflex of when you were a kid. Your reflex was to play make-believe and have a fantasy world and imaginary friends and make up monsters that are under your bed or in your closet. And that I think all of this maybe a little bit feel like we were being brought back to that fantasy world of our childhood and reliving it, but being an adult doing it, it makes it so much more fun.
Well, I, like Ginger, I'm just going to outright say it, I'm a virgin. I don't have any experience with the motion picture industry. My previous projects have spanned the last 2 decades, involving modeling and acting in church and school plays and even dabbling in a band at one point in time. So bottom line, I love to be on stage. And the fact that, unbeknownst to me, that my character is so huge is just mind-blowing. and as Steve alluded to earlier, the intricacies of my character and learning more about her every day. But yeah, it gets back to me. For me, preparing me is the fact that I love the entertainment industry. I love being on stage. I love being in front of people, whether it's performing or giving informational speeches, public speaking. My experience in the corporate world, which Ginger actually could make you a zombie of a different sort, being in the corporate world.
Yes.
His public relations. So I am not shy. And basically my hopes for this movie and everything to follow is that I love the stage, I love the camera, and I love the public, and I just am hoping that they love me back. And they love us back. They all want to be test groupies. Yeah. Come on, buddy, come here.
And then I was just going to say, what do I bring? What has prepared me the most is if people that know me know that I'm not very shy about being pretty proud of my service and the men and women that served along my side overseas. So I was a leader in the military, and that set me up a lot for success with this because I realized for me, I don't do well with gray area, and these artist types that I'm surrounded by, all these fancy artists, there's a lot of gray area. And so I'm better with black and white and standard operating procedures. So that has helped a lot because we can sort of balance each other out, and the military definitely helped me out with a lot with that. And then on that note, if you're a ghostwriter or Dogtown, what's up? You know what I'm saying? They'll know what I'm talking about.
All right. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. Next question. So we've kind of hit on it a couple of times, but I'm going to ask it directly. What do you think is most exceptional about the cast and crew for this film?
Oh, wow. The most exceptional things for me about this cast and crew is that we have so much variety and experience amongst them. I mean, some of them have had no film background at all. Some of them had a lot of film background. We have military people. We have police. We have EMTs. We have special effects artists. We have people that have worked on other television shows that are currently ongoing. We have we've got all of these various levels of experience and background, and yet everybody's getting along like a family and having a lot of fun together, and it's like a ton of children out there playing all the time. You should have seen us today. We were shooting some backstory stuff, and it was all grindhouse type, and it looked like a comic book out in the front yard. I mean, it really did. We had people in these crazy costumes and all kinds of weird stuff going on, and building a bat cave of our own, and all those. So it was insane, but it was at the same time all spur of the moment. Everybody brings something to what we're doing. Everybody has a great idea, and we listen to each other, and we give everybody the opportunity to play with that. So that's my favorite thing about it all. Anybody else want to jump in on that?
Well, I was going to say, Albert mentioned being in the military. I mean, I have 16 years worth of military experience, and I'm used to either giving orders or taking orders, and I really like that. Of course, not having any experience, I can't compare it to anything else, but the fact that the directors and the co-producers actually asked our input on developing our character, and just getting our input, I'm going to use the word mind-blowing again, because I was expecting, this is what we want you to do, execute, and right on. So being able to be creative and add those inputs is huge to me. So.
Yeah, I've only met, I want to say, probably 3 or 4 of the principal cast since I've been involved, and like they were talking about the levels of experience, I think that it's good to take a risk like that and to bring on people who are fresh And, you know, those people don't have any bad habits, and they don't come in with a diva complex or come in with a sense of entitlement, and they're easier to work with. And I always try and maintain that about myself, is just to try and be as helpful as I can anytime that I can without being intrusive or overstepping my bounds of and that's the one thing Keith has been great about is, you know, when I did have a question at one point during shooting, he gave me the opportunity to present what my feelings were, what my thoughts were, and we were able to have a discussion about it and move forward with a positive conclusion. So having that from him, and then also being able to work with people that don't necessarily have the experience, but also working with the people who do have the experience, just create an interesting dynamic to be around on set. And I actually have a little actress friend that helped me get in this, or she made it aware to me, and then I contacted Keith to be a part of it. So I'm excited to see her whenever I get to work with her as well. And like Keith said, you know, there's people that are, you know, that are series regulars on stuff, and then there's people that are just getting started, and being able to come all together and put together a finished product, I think is going to be an exciting thing, and it's going to be worth watching for sure.
Excellent. Anyone else?
Okay. They said no.
All right. Well, once test group is a wrap, what are you guys going to be working on next?
Actually, we have a lot of projects that we're going to be working on after this. One of the things, actually, there's a film that's set after this is over in that same universe, which is the Infinity Project. And so you'll see a lot of the characters that are in these trilogy of films that manage to survive come back later and get themselves into a whole lot of new trouble that has nothing to do with zombies. And then we have some other projects we're working with some other groups, some vampire series or two. We've got other scripts that I've written that I've gotten the rights back to that have been optioned by major motion picture companies that they are being silly and letting go. And we're enjoying the fact that we're going to get to make those movies. And so for us, it's a lot of fun. And I know that Jim is working on other projects. And
yeah, I have. Well, right now, I currently have a short film, and myself and Krista Beth actually have a short film in the festival circuit right now. We've got a bunch of announcements to make, but we can't do them officially until the festivals do the release. But one of them that did come out is gonna be screening in the Pacific Northwest at the Columbia Gorge Film Festival, and I believe that's going to be in Washington State. Another project I'm currently working on is called Pop Rocket. It's a web series, and that can be seen at youtube.com/Olin Rogers. We just released the 4th episode about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's a really cool story. It's a sci-fi comedy, action noir. Get a lot of props and makeup for that one as well. And I'm also involved in a project called Sinking Sand that we haven't quite wrapped up yet. We have some pickups to do. We shot that in Savannah here in June and July, and I think I have some other things in post-production, but I can't remember when they're going to come out or where they're going to be seen. But if people want to follow me, they can go to facebook.com/Jimmy Chandler or follow me on Twitter at JimJamEC and find out more. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, wow. How do I follow? How do I work off of that? Well, I'm excited to be doing the obviously the other 2 films, the Omega Protocol and Darwin's Law, but you mentioned the Project Infinity. That's going to be the production afterwards. And then I will be auditioning. I actually received an invite to audition for what I understand is a large role in a movie that's going to be shot next year called Love in Vain.
Vampire film.
Vampire film. I love horror movies, so it's awesome. Got my fingers crossed for that. And The Hunter Files web series. right, Keith?
Yep, it's a web series that's coming up. The Hunter Files is actually her being Kara Hunter before the test group stuff ever happened. So once again, she's playing that same character ever again. Hope she doesn't get tired of it anytime soon, because she's going to be doing it a lot with all these projects. But once we finally bump her off in the fourth one, she'll have to find something else to do. No, we have lots of plans for everybody that's been involved with all of the films that we're doing. Like I say, we are a family, and we plan to cultivate and help them all grow into new parts, and whether that's with us or with other production companies, that's all great with us. We want to see what happens with everybody, and are looking forward to seeing how all of them wind up getting popular or famous or whatever they do. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And if I could, I absolutely forgot to mention the name of the film, the short film. It's called The Hideout, and it deals with an issue in society that needs to be brought into the light, and that's the area of child sex abuse. And it's really a format to educate young people on the importance of speaking out if something like that happens to you. And I forgot to mention the name of the film. I apologize, but I wanted to make sure I said that. It's The Hideout, and more information can be found on that film at thehideoutfilm.com. And we're hoping to use that as an educational tool in different advocacy centers and things like that. We've already partnered with Chattanooga's Advocacy Center. I live up near Chattanooga, and they're going to use it as an educational tool. And unfortunately, I do play the evil person in that, but evil has to be shown in order for it to be fixed. It has to be brought into the light. I wanted to add that in. Directed by Daniel Walleen, produced by Matthew Disbrow. That's it. All right, I'm done.
And he's right. The trailer is incredible, and Chris and Beth, we cannot wait to see it. Good job. So, the only thing I would just also say is music is something that we're all really big into in this circle. You can't make a good film without good music, and if you make a good film with bad music, it's going to be a bad film. So we all know that, and we have a lot of, same as we have with everything else, it's been kind of outside of the normal template on how we do things with this whole project. And so the music is one of those aspects, and so we have a lot of local, unsigned, previous to us talent. And now we're bringing just people along for the ride on this mothership of just craziness, and it's just amazing. They're all coming with us. So that's right. Yeah, it's a mothership of craziness. I just made that up.
Control chaos. Did I say that yet? Control chaos.
Yep.
I didn't mention. I have to say this. I'm looking forward to the Damsels of Death 2015 calendar.
And the Hunks of Horror
calendar.
And the
Hunks of Horror.
I'm not looking forward to the Hunks of Horror calendar at all.
We've already seen your spread. I think you got it.
Oh, that's right. I'm already... Okay.
You got it.
Yeah, you're locked in.
It's funny. That photo has gotten me the most likes on Facebook on my personal page, I think, of any other photo I've ever done.
Hey, Jim, Edward Snowden told me how to like it twice. I've got the code if you want it.
Oh, really?
So.
Joke, man.
So anyway, yeah. I'm going to let Keith close it out. And again, thank you guys for giving me the time of day. I'm going to take Aiden over here. So, yeah. Come on, dude.
Hey.
There he is.
For me, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, too.
Thank you. All right, Keith, what did you want to tell us?
I don't know if you have any questions left or not at this point. Just that, we really have enjoyed, working with all the people that we work with. We can't say that enough. We really love our fans. We really love the people that are in this project. And when we say that, we really mean it. So we liked having their input, and we liked having, the chance to meet them personally, find out who they are, what they want to do in their lives, and try to help them achieve some of that. I mean, that's the whole goal, really, of our company, is to really help people out. I don't think there's enough of that going on in the world right now, and I really think that's something that's important.
That sounds great. Where can people find more information about Test Group?
Well, we have testgroupthemovie.com, which is the main site. We also have the Atlanta Zombie Film Group site on Facebook, which is where a lot of people keep up with us. We have a Test Group the Movie movie page on Facebook as well. So there's hashtag what test group. So I don't do hashtags, but evidently everybody else does. So we try to do that.
Yeah, it's I'm sorry. Hashtag test group. Hashtag test group the movie. Twitter is test group movie. Instagram test group, and Tumblr test group the movie. We got it all covered. Yeah. So yeah, awesome.
All right. Anything anyone else wanted to say?
I think we're talking.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you all very much for coming and for answering all my questions, and I will let you guys know as soon as the article is live so you can help me push it out.
All right, thank you, and thank you for inviting us to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.